All right, so we're live. Good morning, good morning. I want to say good morning to my
Good
YouTube.
morning, guys.
All right, nobody's here with us just as yet. So we're gonna see if somebody's coming in. So before they come in, let me just greet them. Do the regular introduction, what I normally do. Excuse my coughing. But anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you so much. Happy Saturday to you guys all across the world. You want to say happy Saturday to them?
Happy Saturday.
Mm.
I am. Okay, I didn't say.
Introduce yourself.
Okay.
What makes you wife up and know what are you about? Introduce
Um,
yourself.
I am Miracle.
You gotta look at the camera.
I am Miracle. I am my dad's one of his daughters. I'm the youngest daughter in in the house,
Yeah.
and I like I like doing stuff that's active. Like, that's just me.
Okay, okay. All right, so guys, first I want to say thank you so much for all my subscribers. Everyone that joined the family, subscribe to my channel. I'm so grateful because when persons do good or show support, you gotta let them know how appreciated you are. And
Yeah.
that's life in general. So I just want to say, sorry, thank you so much. All right, so I'm just here sitting in my car with my daughter. I'm about to go do wheel alignment and balance on my car. So I decided to bring Miracle with me. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So anyway, Miracle, how you feel? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Are you feeling?
Honestly,
You're feeling
yes,
great.
I feel woke up.
Yeah. And why you feeling great? Tell me, why you feeling great?
Because it's like amazing. Like,
You gotta look at the
you
camera. I
thank
think.
God every day for you waking up this morning. Like it's not an option. You have to, because if you don't, it's like, what are you doing in your everyday life routine?
Yeah, yeah. So God is good. Okay, and God is the greatest. So tell me, America, how is school? What are your favorite subject and yeah, tell me, talk to me.
Well, my favorite subject is science, cause
Okay, why is
you
that?
get to learn about all the environments, or learn like new.
Somebody just joined, so say good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know who yet, so they maybe they comment and then we can greet them. So tell me about school, your favorite subject.
so my favorite subject is science. Why? Because science is amazing. That's
Okay,
one. Two, you get to learn about all the environments, chemical reactions. That's my favorite one. And
okay.
also, you get to learn about how what you
Come
want
over
to
a
like.
little bit in the camera. Yes, sir.
Also, you get to learn how like you want to be like. It's like the chemicals and reaction, and like you could make a chemical, like we did a chemical reaction, how like soda, like the Coca-Cola and the Mentos, we put it in and it blew up. That was
Okay.
also a nice one. That was my favorite one. And we get to go on like field trips. Like we went to go see the Minecraft movie. It's like an environment movie. It's like really nice. You should
Okay.
guys go check it out. It's amazing.
Okay. All right. So, why is school important? Why is school important?
Well, school is important because you get to have a great education. You get to
Hmm.
have an amazing life, because
Nice.
when you don't go to school, you don't have nothing in life. That's
Yeah.
one thing.
Okay. Yeah, because as I always tell you guys, with a good education,
Right.
everything come automatic, and that's go for my audience as well, you know. Because once you have a good education, obviously, as I said, everything come automatic. A good job, you know what I'm saying? A good lifestyle, and even when you grow and reach that age, which is not
Hmm.
what's on your mind now, but a good lifetime partner. Because then when you meet somebody, you're not just gonna just see a person
Right.
and just love them for just their physical appearance, right? But also, you want to find someone with substance, someone that's gonna bring value and help you, to get you closer to your goals. All right,
Right.
all right. As I always share with my daughters, and I'm sharing with you guys. I did mention it. Yes, I think 2 days in one of my videos about life, right?
Right.
And as I always say, they're tools of life, right? And they are patient. You can repeat the word too if you want, and sacrifice. Patient is basically like, taking time.
Right.
Don't rush. Especially like if you're going to a health facility, like a hospital, those persons are referred to as patients, right? And in order for them to get well, it takes time. Okay? And sacrifices is basically like giving up sacrifice. Like you give up something in order for you to get something, right? So you know, like for instance, in your case, you maybe give up playtime or limit playtime or social media or whatever, so you can spend more emphasis on your schoolwork, which is more important, right? Um, yeah, and then you know, one of my things growing up because like my audience right here and many other people, sorry, right? I was young like you too, right? And one of my things is that I never liked English, right? For everything, every time I try, I always fail English. You understand? And sometimes I don't go to class because I feel like, I got picked on. Or sometimes I sit on the back of the class. Or sometimes even in the back on the floor, right? Because I was afraid for the teacher to call on me and pick on me. And then I don't know, to give the correct answer. So back then, and as I get older, I get wiser, is that what I was doing, I was defeating myself because it said, wow, what I was doing, I was creating phobias, which is the same thing as fear. And to become the best version of yourself, you have to overcome fear. When you start saying it's too hard or I can't get a particular thing in life, you're creating phobias, which is fear, and you're actually defeating yourself. When in reality, you have to go back to the tools of life, which is patience and sacrifice, right? So it's faith and not fear, you know. So and then having the right attitude, you know. Guys, I love my daughters, you know. I always tell them the right thing, try to steer my daughters, you know, in the right direction, you know. I know sometimes I can be a little bit firm on them, because I know this world, you know, being a parent and she, just like my other daughters and stuff, I get very emotional, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know, right? You never know when it's going to be your last day, and I want to be able to be with my daughters, until they reach that age where they can fend for themselves, you know. Again, sometimes it's just tough love, I want my daughters and so on. So I don't gag up about my daughters, you know. I tell them everything they must know, what to look for, what to how to function, to be a young lady, how to be clean, and sometimes I get real hard on them, and they know, she know, but it's the right thing, you have to, teach your kids. I said I was always say children are the future and parents is their role model. We are, what you call it, they emanate, I'm hoping I'm saying the right word, but whatever we do, they're like sponge. So whatever you do, your kid absorb whatever you do. And I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody's perfect. There are times, and sometimes I have to remind myself I was once young too, so sometimes I gotta ease the pressure on them and don't be too hard on them sometimes. Sometimes I be hard, because sometimes I'm just looking ahead. I know what's ahead. You know what I'm saying? I know some of the mistakes that I made. And your thing is you don't want, your kid to make the same mistake. So that's it. So what you want to say, like any encouragement you want to give like fellow kids? Maybe there's a kid that may come across this video. What encouragement you want to share with them? Anything positive you want to share with to my audience, or whatever is on your mind. I'm gonna let you speak. Whatever is on your mind, on your heart, you want to share, with my subscribers. You can go ahead. You can take it away.
that will get you far. Like having a bad attitude won't get you nowhere, but back to where you started. One thing I can tell you, there always might be a B plan or a C plan. Because if you have just one plan, that's an A plan, it might not come out. Not wishing bad on you, but it's a it's like you have one career. Look ahead and see if you could build another one. Because I want to be a basketball player, but I also want to be a science a scientist or an engineer. Because if you go to college, right? If you go to college, you get your degree, you get everything you need to get that down. You don't have to live off of somebody else. You don't have to work off of somebody else. You could be your own person. You could work for you. You could do anything you want to do for yourself. That's what I want to do when I get older. I don't want to work with nobody. I don't want nobody to be my mom. I want to be my own boss. Yes. So, one thing I can tell you, don't never disrespect your parents because it's not good. I'm a sister. It's not good. I mean, the Bible. I don't know the exact scripture, but it says if you must. It says you must respect your parents. He said it says you must respect your mom and dad. It says something like you must respect your mom. Honor your mom and father. Your days will live longer. That's, yeah, that's how you see it. Um, and one more thing to the people out there, always, that's one thing you should do. Always follow your goals or your intentions. Because if your intention is telling you to do bad, then something isn't right. But if your intention is telling you to do right, follow it because it's always good. Good. And what about like, being yourself and not following others? Because, being in school, right? Because as I said, it's a big audience and you never know. Maybe kids your ears, maybe watching this video. And it's something that come under peer pressure. You know, how you under peer pressure? Do you know the meaning of peer pressure? Like, trying to fit in or trying, basically, like, kids maybe doing something and then you want to feel cool, you want to be a part of it, you know. So sometimes it may not be the right thing you're doing, but because you're under peer pressure, you know, you tend to follow someone. Talk to me about, how to overcome peer pressure in business. How do you miracle overcome peer pressure? Okay, so how do I do it? Is okay. First I will be okay. Let's do it. But then I will step back, look at where my consequences will be. Like in school, my consequences will be loss detention, get suspended, or have me get in trouble. So I jumped back for a little bit. I said, wait, no, let's do this. Let's do something else. That's productive, not this because we're going to get in trouble. I tell my friends they listen to me because when I tell them something, they will listen to me. Especially like my best friend, he's a boy and he's struggling with his work. He don't know like his name is Thomas, his last name is Thomas like me. And he he helps me with basketball and I help him with his work. He's always getting in trouble, but when I tell him to fall back a little bit, he does. Just like how he sits together, we don't sit together, but once I look at him, he knows he has to fall back. When I say, Khalil, relax, he'll say, okay, that's it. It's like, it's, it's a point of time where you have to do things. Like, if you're in school matter, it's not right, don't do it. But if you're not, it depends because even if you're not in school or you're not like still conduct yourself a good way. Don't like grade, and I separate myself from all of that once I got to fifth. Because in fourth grade, I was doing my work. I was really smart in fourth grade. But my problem was hanging out with hanging out with the bad crew. I never did the things they was doing. I just hanged out with them. My teacher, which is one of the people that helps with like if you get in trouble or when you have like bad days, they will talk to you about it. Like a counselor, yes. So she will see me. So she will every time she walk past me, she will see me looking, hanging out with the bad crew, and then she will pull me to the side and say, "Miracle, don't do it." She would say, "Miracle, no, don't hang out with them." Sometimes she would tell me to come upstairs so you don't have to be bothered with them, because they always want me to, and sometimes I want to fall back. But one thing I can tell you, I know if I do something, one thing I can tell you about is if I'm doing something this bad or anything, there's consequences for me. I already know my consequences. What I have to do if I be bad. That's why when so my parents tell me to do something, I got. But one thing I can tell you, I'm not perfect, and nobody is. I will give like a little attitude, but then I will say, let me stop and let me get this done. Because if you get this done, or if I get this done, I could do something else, or I could do something like my homework if I get this done first. And one thing I can tell you to people out there is, well, like I said before, respect your parents because that's gonna help you. That's gonna help you in the whole world. Okay, all right. So the next question I want to ask, because I want to kind of mix it up a little bit. Um, because I'm your dad, and how do you feel, having me as your dad, and how do you feel, Well, how I feel having him as my dad is amazing. Why? Because if I do something wrong, he will say, "Miracle, don't do that because you might get in trouble." He will tell me, "Always do great in school. No follow nobody. Don't do monkey see, monkey do, and don't follow the bad people that's doing things. Like if you see a family doing this or you see a family doing that, don't follow them. Like if you know that your family have bad intentions, don't follow those intentions because it's not good. It's not gonna help you in life." And what he will always tell us is the four elements that he would get, and um that he got from when he was little, and like he would tell us how when he was and he would tell us how his parents used to tell him. My grandpa and grandma used to tell him to always stay at school, have a good night, have a good life and stuff. And he would tell us the same thing because he said he do not want us in a bad path. He wants us in the right path because follow God's path, not the devil's, because it's not gonna end well for you. Thank you very much. Yes, I get emotional, when it was my daughters. Um, so I love my daughters. I love their mom too. Very, it gets sensitive when I talk about these subjects. But
Yeah, her mom, married 14 years. Um, it's been a roller coaster. It's been rough. Um, Sometimes I try not to cry in front of my kids, but I'm emotional. I cry all the time, right? So it's not just for the camera. I get very emotional. Um, how do you feel? Because as I said, me personally, I don't gaga baba my daughters. You know, I talk to them like they're grown and let them know reality of life. I can't sugarcoat nothing. I gotta be very transparent and let them know this is what's up. You know. All right. So me and your mother. We don't see eye to eye. As I say, I'm not gonna here to bash her. I love her. I think she's an awesome mom. That's your mother, Um, some lady, but the compatibility is kind of a little bit off. How do you feel? Because you know that, you know, I may go separate ways, you know. How does that make you feel? And, you know, how does that make you feel? How does that make you feel?
So,
But we're still gonna go separate. But I just wanna know, how does that make you feel, though?
wow, like that. Hmm.
Your honest opinion.
Cause I have friends that and mom and dad that been through it, and yeah. So, I don't like it. That's um, that's not what I was going. Like when I grew up, I'd always do it with my mom and my dad was
Okay,
gonna be
Kim.
together. I
Yeah.
never like thought that way of them not being together. Like they will argue. I mean that's normal, but like then divorcing and then all that stuff is just like it's just too much. Like me as a kid is just a little bit too much. It's like it's not that I can't handle it. It's not that I haven't experienced that before with my other family members or my friends telling me about their stories. It's just that now it's happening to me. It just feels like weird. And like I feel like I have like no words to say for that because it's like I don't want that. I didn't want that to happen because like I feel like my mom and dad they're like good, but sometimes they could be like not on the same page because my mom could say one thing and then my dad could say one thing and then my mom does a different like a whole U-turn with it. Just like how my mom could say one thing and my dad would be like okay, but then my mom would be like never mind, I'm gonna do this again. A U-turn. So we we know we know sometimes, but it's not just. Sometimes my mom causes problems. Sometimes it's like it's like I don't know how to say it.
I know it's overwhelming. I know.
It is. It's really
Yeah,
overwhelming too.
but she's a little bit low.
And it's like it's not.
Yeah. But the thing about it, as I said, I think your mom is a very great lady. But in life,
You gotta move on.
yeah, people move on. And I think me moving on is a healthy decision, not just for myself, you know, but also for you guys, because it's just not healthy to be in an environment and you know there's friction, and you guys are there, so because you need peace, you need tranquility, you need structure. You understand what I'm saying? And for me, to take myself out of the equation, it's a it's a healthy and unselfish decision, which in the long run will benefit you guys. But as I said, it can be a little bit emotional. But I think it's the right decision to make instead of knowing the fact that yes, you guys would want me and your mom to be together because nobody get married to divorce, right? Nobody get married to separate. People married because they think that they're gonna grow old together, or but things happen and we have to move on. And the battery's getting low on the phone, but we're gonna wrap it up. Guys, I wanna say thank you so much. I got like how much percent is on the phone? 10%, and I forgot my charger, and I don't want it to die out. So guys, I wanna say thank you so much, for everyone that come on this live, and watch. I can't see the comment. I don't know why, but let me see something. I don't know what happened, but yeah. What's going on? What's going on? I don't know. I'm learning. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning this whole thing. But I want to say a big thank you. You want to say a big thank you?
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Big them up. Big up my subscribers. Thank you so much, guys, for just tuning in with me and my lovely daughter, Miracle. It was a pleasure. And we just want to wish you guys an amazing Saturday. What do you want to tell them? About what?
Have an amazing Saturday. Enjoy Easter too, 'cause I am.
Oh, I forgot about Easter.
And
We
go
got
to
to get the
church
butter
on
and cheese.
Easter, yeah.
Yes, so guys, I want to say thank you so much. And please, don't forget to
Like and subscribe.
definitely, man, to YouTube channel. Love you guys. We out.
Bye.